There we go. Kitty, come on, you gotta go. Work on stuff. Shoot, where did I put that board? Just trying to get a few things together and probably kick my cat off because she's sitting on one of the boxes I need to get into, but I figured I'd take another run at the Densus parts. Took the time to RO59 some of them, and I'm going to be busting out the silencing rings they provided this time. So, going to see if we can make a decent sounding board out of the Densus bits and pieces. And what we're building today, which should be fun, is an Ingot66. So, got one of these with some kind of water staining on it. I cleaned it up and then I got my hands all over it again, so got it gnarly again, but it's, I mean, you know, it's pretty. So I figure I'll just throw some shit together real quick. But give me a few seconds. This is kind of an impromptu stream, but been meaning to try this. Let me ping a few folks and see if we can't get some more people jumping in and check this out. Let's see. Throw some background music on while I mess with some stuff. Hey, kitty. So first things first, got this plate, did a real crappy job of painting it, kind of got some flecks and stuff in here, but again, don't really care, I'm just going to throw it together. If I take it apart, I may repaint it again. I did actually have to sand a little bit on the corners just to get it to fit. This thing is a very tight fit, so let's see if I can actually get it in again. It was tricky last time. As you can see, it kind of snags. Hey, what's up, Randy Ocean? Got the got that guy out, but having some kind of weirdness with the plate fit. I painted the plate and it is jamming a little bit. So I had earlier I'd gone and sanded it a little bit, so it kind of took some of the paint off the corners, but it was fitting earlier and now it doesn't seem to want to, so I may just not be lining it up right. So give me a second, I'll see if I can drop this in here, / push this in here. Actually, well, that went in, but it is not centered. Damn. I guess the goal is I really only have to do this once, so I'm not too worried as long as I don't. Man, yeah, that thing is tight. Oh, there it goes. Alright, there we go. That fits and that's flush. So, just doing that right there. Yeah, so, well, I'm still cooking some more, but I did finish cooking these, so. Got a bunch of RO59 sliders, got both the, the new Densus stuff, as well as I did a whole batch of the, these guys, which is going to go in a drilled HHKB somewhere down the road, or, maybe a Plato plate or something. But, yeah, this one's going to get full Densus build again. Hey, what's up, McJizzle? So, let me grab some of those. I've got Densus parts around here somewhere. Oh yeah, let me screw that in first. So if you've not seen the Ingot66 kit, it's a heavy chonker. It's this, big chunk right here, and then it comes with, you know, the back plate that I've already got my grubby fingers on, and yeah, I tried to polish it up and then I touched it, so, you know, such as brass. I don't know yet, Randy Ocean, as far as the RO59. So we are going... Oh, the caps. No, I've not really had any problems with the caps sliding off. Sorry, I should have read your entire... You asked, did you notice caps sliding on and off easier after RO59? Not really particularly. I feel like it doesn't really add enough material to bind, but it, you know... Yeah, it doesn't really make it, like, it doesn't lubricate it enough, I don't feel like. So, yeah, not really. Yeah, so after building that S60, I was like, you know, I want to give them the complete, you know, before I, like, am warning people off of buying anything. Like, I want to give them the whole rundown and, you know, see how, see if I can get some good sounds out of this Densus stuff, which, you know, I think in the right application we probably can. So we're going to give that a shot here in a minute. Let me find all my hardware. Am I missing something here? Yeah, I've not put one of these together yet, so we'll see. And I didn't really look for instructions online or anything, but maybe I should have. Alright. So I'm assuming those are probably for right there. These long boys are, yeah, those will hold on the back, and then these probably hold in the plate. So let's see if that is correct. Howdy, what's up? Sturterpov, POV. We are I'm taking a minute to just throw together an Ingot66, so it'll be an FC660c inside, but we're going to be using the Densus parts. So I'm going to see if you know, under the right conditions we can make a decent sounding Densus board here, which I expect we'll have good luck with this, but yeah, we'll see. I'm also probably going to try to just blitz through this because I'm not looking to be up doing things too late. This is more just I want to test this. So, you know, I'll try to keep an eye on the chat and keep up with it, but expect I'll probably be kind of heads down and bare bones on this build. You guys have seen me build a million Topre boards, so I feel like by now you kind of know the process. But yeah, if you have any questions, you know, always feel free to ask. Alright, cool. So I was mentioning at the very beginning when I think I had one person watching, but I kind of did a crummy job at painting this thing. And when I left it out to dry, like some dust and stuff settled on it. So it's not perfect, but it's also going to be under keycaps most of its life, so I'm not too worried about that. Cactus cool or a squirt? Damn, that is a good question, but I'm all squirt. Like, I love me some squirt. Like that, yeah. I actually was having that. I was having a squirt conversation over the weekend, at like 4 in the morning on a bicycle ride, when this guy asked me to throw his bottle of squirt in my bag of beer that had a bunch of ice in it, because you know, he was at the end of the ride. He just wanted to get that, you know, get that squirt. So yeah, I agreed with him. I was right there. Squirt. But I mean, if someone handed me one that was cold, I wouldn't turn down any. So yeah, I'm with you. Hey, what's up, Elquan? So I just figure I would hop on here and work on this project that I've been meaning to put together for a while. And now that the Densus parts are here, I kind of wanted to, you know, the last Densus board that I built was not necessarily the best representation of, you know, HHKB or Topre, and so I wanted to build something a little heftier, feel a little different, and see if, you know, see how that worked. I found some little tiny screws with the same threading as the posts. So before I painted this, I just went ahead and screwed those in and figure that'll keep the threads from marring or anything, and it seemed like it did the trick. So, El Quan, you're saying you kind of want to get a new Topre board. I don't know what you're looking for, but it's been posted a couple places. There's this board on AliExpress that is, looks like it's, you know, from the folks who do all those YDNK sold, you know, Topre parts or EC parts. And it's like 120 something bucks. I think with shipping it's right around 150 bucks. Do I have a favorite build? Gosh, that's, you know, that's a tough question. But like yeah, I mean, you know, this one here is pretty freaking awesome. This was my, like, you know, my kind of version of end game here. So it's got the titanium. It's got 20-year-old. Well, in December there'll be 20-year-old domes. It was from a 1203 Pro 1. It's got a sit board in it, so it's fully reprogrammable. It's got my favorite palm caps on it with the EC stems. So that one's about as good as it gets. But I mean, it's, you know, my carry board is freaking amazing. It's got 35 gram carats in it, and it feels gorgeous. So like, I use that one probably more than anything, just because I carry it around with me, and if I'm out, I'm probably using that one. But yeah, they, you know, I don't know. I got a lot of nice boards, and I like them all. I enjoy the variety, so it's I don't stay on one board or the other for too long. Even my carry boards get swapped around. Yeah, like I have a little sling bag that I carry, and I carry a keyboard just because I hate you know, swipe or thumb typing. And so if I have to sit down and type something out, it'll probably be, you know, I'll bust out that keyboard and do so. So and you know, not like, I mean, if I'm sitting in someone's car or something, but like if I'm at a coffee shop or if I'm out at a park or something, you know, I will pull out a keyboard because I'm just a weirdo like that. What's up, Nico? Welcome. So I'm gonna start popping some parts in here. We are doing the, you know, the Ingot66 FC660c. If I can get it to focus. I did a real botched job of a paint job on this plate. But ideally it'll keep it from rusting, so, you know, I feel like that's good enough. Shoot, I forgot to mod, so yeah, I'm gonna have to trim. Oh, where are my clips? I was just looking for those the other day and I couldn't find them. So yeah, it looks like I'm going to have to trim one of these because I forgot about the LED. But we'll get to that one last. We'll figure something out there. We'll just pop some shit in until then. And yeah, that feels really freaking good in that plate. Alright, so let's just go knock a bunch of these out. And I was telling them, I think I'm just going to kind of breeze through this, so, you know, I'll be trying to pay attention to the chat, but your Rosebud, the brass ingot? Nice. Yeah, like, it's a pretty chunk of metal. Like, it is a unit. So I'm excited to, did I? No, okay, that's space, alright. Yeah, I'm excited to play with this. I mean, I hate to say, like, and I almost tried to do it, alright. I hate to say that I don't use this layout as much as I might, you know, like to, just because it doesn't have the splits where I like them. Like, you know, the HHKB has really, like, gripped me, so I still sometimes have a hard time going away from it. But I need to be more, you know, more accommodating, because this thing rules. Hey, what's up, Extra Fox? Oh yeah, sorry, I already said hey. I'm had a few of these since work, so we're cruising. This has been fun. And I just got off of watching Lydia Nine Go-Go's stream, which is always a hoot. So if I'm a little amped, that's probably why some of her energy, you know, being as contagious as it is, might have rubbed off. Yeah, map pipe to backspace. I will probably be doing the same thing. So yeah, yeah. I just can't vibe with that, like how far away backspace is on a, you know, a non-HHKB keyboard. And the other, you know, I was saying I want to give it a fair shake in a case. I'm also going to be using their silicone silencing ring. So I love the silicone stuff. I think that it will go, you know, I think that it'll go well. Like, I've used silicone on palm sliders. I think that, you know, it sounds great in DES applications, and I've swapped it out onto Type S, so I figure it'll also benefit the Densus sliders. And man, that engagement click. You know, when I did my DES build, I was like really digging on how much that, you know, that happened. But this is pretty nice here. You blame Lydia for liking Topre? Yeah, it's nice. Like, it's pretty nice. I don't like. I mean, I've been using it for a while here, but like, I love going to meetups and typing on like other people's interpretation of Topre and getting to enjoy. Like, it's, you know, I feel like I mean, there are more options every day, but for as few options as there are, there's really a lot you can do with Topre, and just, you know, how you lube them, how you know, combinations of domes. I mean, now that we've got more sliders and things coming out, like, I feel like DES really busted it open with the domes. Like, we had BKE Redux before that, but, you know, with the variety that DES came out with, that really opened things up and let people really go crazy with, you know, weird builds. And then, you know, the Densus stuff is about as close to OEM as I've felt out of an aftermarket dome. So, like, if you want to build, you know, a third-party EC board that feels as close to like what Topre is supposed to feel like, I mean, you know, pick your sliders, pick your housings, pick whatever, but like the Densus domes is probably as good as that's going to get for right now. So I do like that about them. And I was debating which ones I want to put in this. I think I'm just going to put the 45 in, because I've got another 660 that are built with 45 OEMs, and I feel like that'll be kind of a nice, you know, with the plate being the same and stuff, a semi did I miss one? Ah, okay, got it. So yeah, I figure that'll be a nice, like, semi-apples to apples comparison, even though obviously the housing is going to be different. The other one's in a PC Heavy 6, but I think this will be fine. Oh yeah, I still need to do something about that. And now I'm trying to think where the hell my snips went. I might have taken them out to when I was fixing my AC, doing some work out there the other day. So if so, then I think I know what box they're in, but well, so let's hope that's where they are. Yeah, dome pilled. I love it. Yeah, it's like, I mean, I typed on MX before I typed on Topre, and I enjoyed MX, and I'd even like ventured into, like, you know, playing around a little bit. Like, I hadn't really like soldered my own boards and stuff, but I had, like, you know, tried to build boards and bought some, you know, decent mechanical boards. But yeah, when I got Topre, it really got me. So I feel that getting dome pilled. Alright, so I forget, I need 4 of those, and then we got to figure out, figure out the solution for that. And, you know, I'm debating, do I really, I mean, I could trim one of these, or I could just dig through that box and find the OEM one, like the original one, and throw it on there. No, I have not tried NIS domes yet. And Elquan, you're saying you remember typing on your brother's HHV when you were younger. That's freaking awesome. Like, yeah, I had family that had nicer keyboards that, like, I didn't really recognize at the time what they were, that looking back, I'm like, man, that was a nice keyboard. Like, my dad had some nicer keyboards earlier when I was growing up. But yeah, that's I never had any relatives that had HHKBs, so that's pretty freaking cool. Alright, so we're gonna need some of those. I'm gonna do the silicone ones. And then I think I have enough 45. I should have enough to do this whole board. So let me see. Yeah, that should be enough. Okay. So now sliders and rings, which sliders, I was showing them off earlier. I just RO59'd a whole shit ton of these. So this is, I've got, you know, the new fixed 1U sliders from Densus. And then I've got the 2U, the original ones, because I don't think they had, you know, any problems that they wanted to fix. And then I got a bunch of these, you know, actual OG Nova Touch sliders. So I just threw all those in RO59 and baked them, and they were ready to go. So let me find something to jack this up on. Oh, those aren't level. Here, we'll just do this. Oh yeah, that guy. I gotta figure that guy out too. That's the other one. Yeah, give me just a second. I'm gonna go see if I can find my snips. Alright, let me catch up here. So, these domes are okay, a little softer and rounder. Yeah, I've not tried them yet, but I probably should one of these days. But, haven't yet. And Elquan, you're saying you just replace caps when you snipe, and you gotta say putting toper keycaps on is so satisfying. They really are. Like, there's something to be said for OEM stock, or, you know, based on stock. Like, I'm looking forward to trying the Amano caps. Yeah, stock is good. There's a reason why we enjoy it. Alright. So, yeah, let's just go ahead and cut one of these up. And I'm going to get the, I've got the PCB around here somewhere. So I need to figure out exactly what all I need to cut to get this thing to fit. So let me check that real quick. Is it this one? No, that's not it. There it is. Alright. Sorry, I'm sure I get the right one. Oh wait, do I have to cut another one too? Shoot, I might have cut two of them. Well, we'll see. Come on. Alright, and yeah, I need that too. Sorry, as you can see, I didn't really prep for this stream, but I knew I was wanting to build the thing, and so I figured while I was doing it, I might as well do it in front of people. But yeah, let me get this shit together. Ooh, fade on a Black Pro 1, that will be hot as fuck. Yeah, I can't wait to see that. Oh man. Sheesh. Okay, so that one, it looks like misses just barely. Yeah. Alright, so yeah, so that one will fit flush. This one needs trimmed. Okay. That's easy enough, I figure. So, you know, get this shit, just stack that over there and hope my cat doesn't jump on it. And then let's figure out how to trim that guy right there. Alright, where did I put that other box of fangs? Here. Yeah, Legends, sorry, I just saw that comment that, yeah, Legends definitely help. I mean, I still sometimes mess up my, you know, special characters, and I'll have to, you know, hit a second or even sometimes a third key to get what I want. But otherwise, I'm pretty good. But yeah, if I had to, you know, if I was doing something where like quick, precise typing was actually like important, then I might. All right. Well, we're just gonna get cutting on this thing. I might think about actually using a board with legends, but most of mine are either legendless or, you know, sometimes something goofy and dumb like that. So, all right. So I think we're just gonna. Okay, yeah. There's no like important slider or anything on that side, so I'm just gonna trim it out. Yay. Yay. Alright, so that still does not quite level down, so I gotta trim into it a little bit more. These probably aren't the right trimmers for the job. These are like little modeling flush cutters, but I figured they'd do the trick good enough. And I can just bust out the X-Acto knife and finish it. So it's this LED here. Because of the board, it has like a little indicator LED on that cap. And the stock housing has like a little bulge out, which I'll show you on the plate, you know, where it is, but it but on this it interferes, so I gotta trim this up and do a little ugly hack job on the housing to get it to fit right, which I think that I might be getting close. Nope, not yet. Yeah, we gotta trim that shit. Jeez. All right. And I could just desolder it and remove it, but I want to keep this board stock just in case I do want to build an FC660c back, or like, you know, put the OG parts on. But yeah, I don't know. I'm actually kind of curious. Maybe I should just put a. I don't remember which one of these it is. I think these are it. Nope, those aren't it. Yeah, I don't know where the heck the sliders are for those, but yeah, I'd have to go digging and find the housing for it, and I really don't want to. Yeah, it's not around here easy, so we're just gonna keep trimming. All right. Yeah, I wish I had one out so I could look at it and get a better idea, because that fits around it in one direction, but I think it just needs to be like, yeah, I need to keep trimming like vertically. This is a this is an Ingot66. Painted the plate, really crappily done, and it's already chipping. And then gonna be putting Densus parts in it. So I wanted to give the Densus a fair shake in a board that's a little more, you know, substantial than a PC S60 to see if we can make it sound better. And that's what we're working on right now. But to get there, I need to trim a housing to fit around the LED. Heavy lubing big ass silencers? Nah, I mean, I am going to lube the slider, or the stabs, but I put RO59 on the rest, so I'm not going to be going like heavy on the lube and, you know, in the housings. And I'm just using their 0.3 dome, so, or 0.3 silencing rings. So I don't feel like it's like too, you know, heavily silenced, but wanted to give them a fair shake, wanted to see if I can make them sound good in a board, and figure this might be the one. Alright. So yeah, let's keep trimming on this guy here. Trying to think how high I need to go with this, because I don't want to cut too much of the structure but like I do need to be able to clear the LED. We'll see. We'll see. Probably should have put a fresh blade on my X-Acto knife, but that just goes to show my level of preparedness for this extreme. Alright, you know what? Well, no, not quite. Damn it. Yeah, no, not quite. So I'm getting a little more hectic with my cutting, and I might have gone a little deep on that one, but I don't think it's going to compromise the, you know, the structure once it's all pinned together. So I think that'll be fine. And hopefully, there we go. All right, that sits level and sits right around it. So that's actually, I feel like all things considered, I cut that about as close as I could have. And it fits like perfectly. So you know what? Like all at the end of the day, I'm not at all mad at that. Cool. All right. All right. Yeah. Yeah. That would have been. See, if I. Y'all critical thinkers, man. I swear. No, I should have done that. Instead, I just sat there and carved away at it for the last however long I just did that. But no, man, smart. Man, yeah, it's not bad. I've done a lot of like modeling and putting together goofy little nerd figures and stuff, so I'm pretty good at minimally slicing myself up when I'm doing that kind of shit. Alright. Are these the right? Nope, those are the wrong ones. Oh, these are the right ones. Yeah. So I know this confused some people, but I feel like it's pretty obvious when you look at them. Between the two, there's ones with crowns and ones without. Use the ones without crowns if you want to minimize collision or, interference. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean there won't be any. Some caps are still seeing some, but you definitely want to use those over the other ones, which are the ones that come in the box, of course. But I figure round 2, they, will only be shipping the fixed one, so that note is comes with an expiration date. All right. Like I say, I mean, maybe it was because of I painted a little bit, maybe too thick, but these are feeling really good in this metal plate. Like they popped right in, and they're hugging in there, and they all look clipped in. I mean, I'm looking to see if any of them are like straining on the clip, and it looks like they're all good. So yeah, that's pretty nice. All right, so this guy, I believe it should go like so. Alright, and then we gotta do spacebar stabs, which, do I have another set of those? Yes, okay. Nope, wrong one. Yeah, at least on the alphas there aren't collisions. You can deal with it too. Yeah, and hopefully, like, I actually brought out a different set of keycaps. I brought a die sub set of caps that I'm gonna try on this, and we'll see how those work. But yeah, I'm hoping that I can find a set of caps that I don't really have any noticeable collision. But we'll see. That might be wishful thinking. All right, those are. It's got a little bit of play, but not nearly as much as I did in that S60 board. So I think we can get away with not gasketing those. I got some out just in case, but that's really not that bad. Alright, so now we need to do, is this the right wire? I think these are 6U. Yeah, it's a 6U spacebar. Alright, so we'll go ahead and do some of this here lubing action. I'm just gonna kind of breeze through this because if you've seen my streams, then you've seen this process, and it's nothing too exciting. I basically just try to lube the contact points, and I'll use kind of a little bit of a heavier grease. A 206 G2 has been my preference recently, and I've been squirting it in with a syringe, which really helps kind of control where it goes, as well as get it right into where you want it. But I still use a brush to kind of clean up and adjust, but yeah, y'all already know. I don't think I'm telling anybody anything new here. Alright, so I need wires for the 2Us. I forgot I might grab those here. Okay. I think these insert from the bottom. Let me go ahead and go ahead and lube these guys up here first. There we go. All right, there we go. Alright, there's one. And there's two. There we go. Do I have any more stab kits laying around? Curious about the RO on those stabs. I don't have. No, I've used both of mine. So I've got it in this, and I've got it in the S60, which I may disassemble the S60. And that is one thing about these. It's nice that they give you all the wires, but now I've just got all these wires that I'm like not using for anything because I don't really have too much of a use for a 6.25 or a 7U wire. But it's still, if you did need that wire, it's nice that they all come together. You don't have to buy like extra kits. But I don't know, maybe they could have charged $1 or $2 less if they didn't include every wire. Sorry, what was that, Vader? That you found Desky's gaskets a tad too thick for the snipe plate? Yeah, that was, I had the same issue and I ended up, I took them off. And I actually tried, I think I tried Buddy's gaskets on one too, and ended up taking them off because they didn't feel quite right. Okay, so now that these are on, I'm going to get back in here, kind of push that into place. And I was just realizing I really didn't sit there and like lube the lube the bar as much as I usually do. So I'm just going to kind of get in here and do my best, and we'll see how it sounds. So yeah, usually I'll actually try to get some lube on the bar itself before putting it all together, but I don't know, in my hurry here I missed that. So easy enough to at least get some in there with the brush and kind of push it around some, so I don't think it'll be too big of a problem. In fact, I'm just going to go ahead and zot it on top and then kind of use the brush to realign that. Kind of cool. There we go. Yeah. I feel like that should do the trick right there. Then I'll pipe just a hair more on the end, and again push that into place around the bar. So that's where the syringe really comes in handy. Right. So let's clean some of that off there. Make sure sure it doesn't get into all the workings. All right. Yep, catch you later. Have a good night. Okay, so now time for silencing rings and sliders. Knock out a bunch of 1Us, and then we'll worry about the next round of stabs. Okay, so these. Oh man, well that's something. Come on. All right, so peeling off the silicone ring, and it's bringing some of the plastic behind it with it. So you might need to be just aware of that. Cool. All right, that'll work. Maybe if I pull it from the opposite side. There we go. Yep, came right off. Cool. If you've seen my builds, you know I'm definitely on the school of minimally lubed, so I'm just going with the RO59 and a little bit of the 206 and leave it at that. I don't typically lube my board or lube the springs or there's other steps folks take, using an oil or using a lighter grease on the slider rails, but I feel like the RO59 does enough. And it's really tenacious. It stays on these things. Yeah, aside from occasionally, the cutting of these silicone rings, also cutting through the layer that they're on underneath, they're installing in, pretty easily. I feel like some rings are a little bigger or a little tighter, but these things just are popping right on without too much play, which means I feel like they'll stay in place when you're actually using the keyboard and won't be moving around as much as some do. So that's nice. I feel like they're a little bit softer than the desk ones. I feel like the desk ones might be a little bit harder than that. But give me a second to get through these, and I can pull out some desk ones and kind of squeeze on them a little and see if I can give you my subjective opinion. Because now these feel. I mean, they're pretty soft. Like. Yeah, I mean, again, this is 0.3 millimeters, so it's like, I think I could tell a little bit easier on a thicker one, but just kind of pressing it with my fingernail, they compress, fairly easily. They don't offer a lot of resistance. Yeah, let me, if you guys will let me get through, getting these sliders in, I can pull some other rings out. We can kind of take a look at them. Sorry, young Simi, but I'm gonna cut that one. Because yeah, I do have the Unreal ones as well, so I've got all three of the silicone. Now, I am curious, you know, as I keep playing around with the various parts and the mixing and matching, like, I'm wondering, you know, what these are going to feel with thicker rings on them. For, like, for instance, you know, putting a 0.5 ring on these, which, you know, is additional pre-compression, but in some of the boards that I built, I actually like that additional pre-compression. I've used, you know, number 7 rings where, like, you know, number 5s are supposed to go, and I've even gone up to number 10 rings on some of my boards. So it's like, you know, I've played around with adding pre-compression to the domes, and, you know, it might, I don't know, we'll see. And we'll first see if I like it, you know, built like this with the silencing rings that are meant for it, and then we'll go from there. Hey, what's up, Knockdown? I am doing another build with the Densus parts. I built an S60 the other day, which was less than satisfactory sounding, so I wanted to build something a little a little heftier than a PCS 60. So we're going to the other end of the spectrum, and we're building the Ingot66. This thing is a chunky boy. It's heavy. Oh. I guess my playlist decided to stop. I just threw it on some old Raider Clan shit, so. Okay, yeah, that's weird. It just stopped itself and then started again. I have no idea why. It's a ghost in the machine, I swear. Oh my god, why is this happening? There it goes. Alright. Yeah, it's like these, I guess the cutting cut through this bottom material, and so as I'm trying to peel them off, they seem to keep snagging. But, you know, they still come off. I haven't ripped one of these yet, so. Yeah, okay, something about my music keeps, is it my headphones? I don't know, I've got these headphones that, like, when you tap them weird, they do weird shit, so I'm wondering if, like, nope, okay. Yeah, I don't know, I guess my Spotify is possessed. You know, I'm realizing I have the plate, I have the busted controller and the cable. I wonder where the hardware for this is. I was just thinking that, shoot, if I can't find the hardware, this might be a short stream. We'll see. Maybe after I get these 1Us in, I'll look for it. I think I know where it might be, but we'll see. As I slowly go through these Densus sliders, there's more of the Nova Touch, it seems, and more Densus. So just give it a shake, and maybe more of those will come to the top. Can't forget I got a beer over here. Need to finish. All right. Come on. Yeah, see, there's another one that it's like snagging on the undercut plastic. There we go, got it. So not a real problem, just kind of a little annoying sometimes when I'm trying to peel it off and it's being a little tenacious. But it works out. So I was thinking of what caps to put on this thing, because I do want to, test it with some other stuff to see if they do have collision issues, like the GMK caps I tried the other day on the S60 did with the 2Us. But I've actually got a set of these the cherry from Novel Keys, the sand caps. I think sand might look kind of interesting on this, so I may try to throw those on and see how it goes. Alright. So yeah, once these are done, I'll pull out those other silencing rings and we'll take a look at them. Ooh. Okay, that's good. That's a good question. I haven't really looked too closely at them. So I have they're on an old Tokyo 60 board right now, so I'll probably pull them off that and, scooch them over and then grab the several spare caps I need to fill out the layout. But yeah, I don't think honestly I don't know what the difference is. So we'll take a look when I get into the box. Oh shoot, I see what I'm doing. Okay, I keep resting things on spacebar, and I guess that's what's turning on and off my music. Sheesh. Alright, that makes sense now. Yeah, I was beginning to wonder what the hell the freaking poltergeist in my machine had against Black Raider Clan. Come on, there you go. God dang it, there it goes again. Alright, cool. Actually, I'm sitting here like, does cherry have ribbing? Like, I don't know. Keep thinking, like, does it? So, it's a real easy way to find out. Let's take a look at one. So it does, but it's not like, it's not really super hefty. So, I feel like we might be able to get away with that. Maybe? We'll see. Yeah, this thing's ridiculous. Yeah, I think we might be in luck with those. So, we'll see. Let me finish this. Find my wires, get those lubed up and installed, and do a million other little things, and then we can put it together. Oh yeah, and I need to see if I can find where I put the screws for this. Which I probably should have done that already, but screw it. Ribbing looks fairly comparable. Okay. Yeah. We'll see. If that doesn't work out and it absolutely sucks, I mean, I can always put MT3 on. I feel like that's what, you know, everybody always punts with when they run into interference, but I like MT3, so wouldn't be super mad at that. Then it's gonna hit if it's the same. Yeah, we'll see. Come on, let go. Why are you being... Yeah. God dang it. Yeah, this one... It's like... Some of these are definitely... Yeah, this one is like... Oh man, I might actually not... Oh, I got it. Did I get it? Yes. Oh, almost. Okay, not all of it. Yeah, this one's like stuck. Like that almost cut the entire loop off of that one, so we got it. We got it. Okay, so 3 more of these, and then get out the 2 U's. Oh, come back. God dang it. You just tested with a Cherry Taro clears. That's awesome to hear. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you. MX Domi. I don't have any. I only have the Topre EC Domi, unfortunately. So, yeah, I can't really help you on that one. All right. So now I need wires, and then yeah, I'm gonna pull this thing out. We'll look at some of these other ones. Here's the other kit that has all 4 wires. We'll look at the other you know, the other silicone rings and see how similar they are. Oh. What is that doing just laying there? Did I just remove that and drop that? Does that mean one doesn't have one? Sorry, just gonna do a quick peek. Oh. How did that happen? Yeah, somehow the ring fell off of that last one. Hey, what's up, Gordon Derp? So I am still on the Densus or the Densus parts. I just wanted to kind of give them a give them a build and a bit heftier of a board than that S60, and throw the 0.3mm silencing rings they sell on, and see if I can get a little bit better results out of it than what we were seeing seeing in the S60. Which, I mean, there were definitely parts I was happy with, like the space bar was good, the domes are nice, but like the sound of the 2U and kind of some of the unsilenced sounds were really not it for me. So I'm hoping I get better results out of this one. And this is in fact the Ingot. Yes, sir. So yeah, this is that big chonker, which this should be a fun one. It's heavy, and I'm curious what it's going to sound like once it's all built up. But yeah, so put the lid back on this guy. I don't know, we discussed it on my last stream about the Densus parts. Like, it's neat all this packaging they have, but then at the end of the day you've got all this packaging, and I feel like it's a lot easier just to like store these things in bins and not have to deal with all this like specialized packaging. And I've got like 3 pieces of plastic and a box to throw away. But I don't know, if you are storing things in it, they're pretty nice. Okay, so I got my wires, but before I do that, I wanted to take a quick look. And okay, so those are not the screws. These are definitely not the screws. Yeah, so 0.3mm. If I can find where I put them. Okay, that's Unreal 0.3 silicone. And I know I've got some desk ones around here somewhere. Maybe. There it is. Yep. Okay. So let's take a look at these. Alright. So yeah, they're handy, right? So these are the desk ones. Yeah, those are, actually now that I have them out, these may be softer than those. So okay, let me get one of these guys off. Yeah, you know what? Actually, I take it back. These are harder. These are not as soft as the desk ones. Okay. And let's look at one of Buddy's. Yeah, no, you're right. Sorry. I take back my initial thought. And the Buddy ones. So the Buddy ones are interesting because they are meant for RGB as well. So they have this little extra kind of, come on camera, this extra little lip, cut out on one side. But yeah, I don't know. Okay. So actually, now that I sit here and kind of muck with them, I feel like the the densest ones are probably the densest ones, or the the most resistant to stretching and to deforming. Yeah, followed by the buddy ones. I'm trying to like kind of stretch it and not take into account the cut edge and the added kind of, I don't want to say weakness, but like, and these are just like, yeah, you're right, yeah. So the Des ones are pretty freaking soft. But yeah, Densus is the densest. So, hey, good night. Take it easy, McJizzle. All right. Well, so yeah, so we looked at that. I'm glad that, I didn't just like go off of what memory served and actually like mucked around with them, because yeah, when I look at those, it's pretty obvious that the desk keys ones have a lot more flex and give to them than the other stuff. So, yeah, cool. So I wonder, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how I like these compared to my my builds with 0.3 DES and unsilenced sliders, because I've really been liking the 0.3 and 0.5 DES. They've been nice. Sorry, I'm just trying to keep all the stuff together so I don't get my rings mixed up. Yeah, if you're looking for something a little bit firmer, it looks like the densest ones are the way to go. So cool. I'm glad we got to take a look at those. All right, but I'm not going to put those away yet because I still need to do my other bits. So we have 4 of these guys. And I can put those away. All right, let's see. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the usual fill with lube. And basically just kind of give it a big old blob in there. And then once I get the wires in, then I'll go in and add a little bit more. But I kind of want to, not entirely fill yet, but get on the path to filling with lube. Kind of pre-staging it in there. Alright. So I'm just going to drop that in here. Oh. Almost got myself on that one because I need to add a ring. Come on, guy. Alright. Sometimes I have a little bit of an issue getting these to sit correctly when going from top down like that. Just, oh, there we go, that worked. Alright. Just because they don't have that little, clip on them. And I feel like they fit slightly looser on the 2Us than they do the 1Us. But again, maybe that's just a subjective skill issue. Alright. I totally just dabbed on the flat of this one, so I'm gonna go ahead and wipe that off. And then we'll worry about evening it out and get it all exactly where I want it once the stab rail is in place. And that was one that I totally screwed up, so I'm just gonna kind of nudge that guy into place. Come on. All right, where did I put my? There we go. There you go. And maybe I'll just do that and make it easier on myself and drop them into place so I don't have to try to keep them on the slider as I lower it from the top down. Alright. Oh. That didn't work. God dang it, that didn't work. like sometimes I have good luck with that, but other times I struggle at it. There we go. Stay where you need to be. Alright. Yeah, so it's easier to put them on, but it doesn't hold on as well because the barrels are smaller. So they just fall free, in my experience. Which oftentimes they fall where they're supposed to, but I was running into the issue with that, so I figure I would just do it the easy way. Alright. And last one of these, and we'll worry about the wires, and we can start aligning, what, 66 domes, I believe? Guess that's what makes it the FC660. Oh, sorry, I keep doing that off screen. I mean to do that in front of the camera, but I don't know. I'm getting lazy here. All right. Cool. So let's go ahead and get the preliminary lube on each of these. Man, I'm so used to doing HHKBs that it's like, this feels like work actually having to like do 4 stabilized keys. And no option for a split backspace. Psh. Save a sippy lot. Alright. Give it a little bit of a little nudge to kind of get down in there a little bit. There we go. All right. Go. That's what I meant to do with the spacebar, but I didn't, so I'm sure we'll live. Okay. Click that. Line it up. Pop it on in. Come on, go on. There we go. Alright, that feels pretty good. Oh, shoot. Again, just in with the brush. Push that where I want it. And man, I was I was watching some of Buddy's VODs recently, and some of his builds, and man, I will never feel like I've used too much lube on my stabilizers ever again, because that dude uses a massive amount, and like his boards sound good. He gets it all in the right places and shit. But geez, like I thought I was being excessive on some of mine, and then I watched a few of those, and I felt a lot better about how much I was putting on mine. But at the end of the day, I mean, with Topre, fill with lube is not just the mean. All right. Oh, dang it. That did not go where I wanted it to. Try this again. Come on. There we go. All right. There we go. Sorry, keep doing that. Alright. So I got one more of these, and then I'm going to flip it over, look at it from the other side, see if I need to adjust any of the lube from the other way. But I feel like we're getting pretty close on that, and we can start working on all the million domes. There we go. Cool. And this one I got some lube in a corner that I don't really want it because it doesn't contact anything, so just gonna try to get as much of that out as I can. There we go. Alright. Just wipe off those bottom surfaces. And get a little bit off that wire there. Alright. So I will say, some of these are, they fall, but they're like, they don't fall immediately, which usually isn't an issue. But then I've never tried RO59 on these sliders, so I'm wondering, yeah, because I feel like there's like a couple of them here that are not, but if I just actuate them, they work just fine. So they're free falling in that direction, but yeah, it's like there's a couple of them. Why are those not falling? I'm not used to, yeah, look at that. It's probably the frickin', it's because of the silicone. It's the silicone ring is probably snagging them. So yeah, when I press up, if I drop it. Interesting. Huh. That's interesting. Could be the paint. So, oh yeah. So I didn't use any kind of I didn't use any gaskets or anything on this because I didn't want to. But like, when I look at it from the other side, it doesn't look like the paint is. I mean, it's not like, you know, causing any of the clips to bow or anything. So yeah, I don't know. I'll get that out of the way. Plate paint, use plate gasket and C's to 2U. Okay. So, yeah, I feel like they're, I mean, you know, they're moving all right. And those are all dropping. In fact, yeah, they're dropping just fine. So, okay, I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, once I have the domes and springs in, I'll probably kind of touch up the lube a little bit on that side, but it'll be a lot easier to do when there's like back pressure on the sliders, but I think it looks good from this side, so let me go ahead and start putting in some domes. Let's do this thing. Alright. So this is definitely the fun, oh shoot, I didn't think about that. To trim that dome too. Okay. Yeah, the ones in the background are they're the dark tongue ones, so the spooky ones, and they've got like, you know, got your little Eye of Sauron and Broken Blade and all that fun stuff. So yeah, these are they're the drop ones. Man, what happened to this blade? There's something snagging on it. I feel like that's annoying. Yeah, these used to work pretty good, and now they're like not coming together quite right. I don't know what I did with them. Oh, I went a little too far on that one, but as long as I don't cut into the dome, it shouldn't be a problem. Come on, cut. There we go. Okay. I feel like that will work. Cool. Surgery. No, the keyboard is just it's a Pro 2 that I debadged, but yeah, the caps are the black tongue or black speech. Thank you, black speech. Yes. Yeah, so I will say these are. I feel like with the silencing rings, they're not sitting as flush as they did in the last build that I did, which makes sense because these, sliders are built for unsilenced. So the silencing ring does, add a depression. Hey, what's up, Jason709? Sorry, I didn't realize it was you asking, so howdy. Good to see you. Nice! Star Wars caps? That's pretty dope. I will say, though, these feel fairly similar to OEM domes. The process of installing them is nowhere near as nice. Like, I hope Densus hears the people requesting that they start doing these in strips, because individual dome installation sucks. Especially this is only a 660, but like doing a 980 or doing a full size, like it is a drag. So, and then getting the alignment right and everything, like it's gonna be a major pain. So I don't know. I hope they do listen to their adoring fans and maybe try to, come out with something that's a little easier to install, because they feel good, but man, it's a task to install them. Keep it aligned when you're sandwiching the PCB. Yeah, exactly. It's like you want to drop that PCB like, oh, no category. You know what? I don't know. I stream on no category because I don't know shit about streaming. So I need to figure out how to configure my stream. I just haven't looked into I guess I should be on Makers and Crafting, shouldn't I? I don't know. I haven't bothered. Bad excuse. I should get on it. And yeah, the other thing about these is, man, they are slightly wider, I feel like, than the other domes. And so getting them aligned perfectly is a task. Because, the side to side, if you move one, it moves everything in the row. And I don't know, it's just, yeah, these are hard to get perfect. I have no idea how to do it. Yeah, I'll look it up later. Yeah, exactly. No, they're wiggly, and they... Yeah, well... And I feel like a lot of the things we do in this hobby, all of us must secretly be at least just a tiny little bit of a masochist, because, man, this shit is painful, but we keep doing it. Yeah, that's actually the one I didn't think about. I don't think I have enough of the Densus springs for this, so I'll probably do the, you know, just this left cluster with, like, I don't know, I've got some OEM springs, or maybe I'll even put some desk springs in and really do like a whole mix up of this shit, so we'll see. Come on. Because, yeah, I think their boxes come with, what, 120 springs? And I already used 60 of them in an HHKB, and I don't know if I'll be able to untangle all of them, but honestly, the other day, the untangling went a whole lot quicker than I thought it would, so we'll see. Maybe I'll get lucky. Alright. Yeah, God, look at that. It's so freaking off. Like, they're so crooked. It's one thing I actually did change between the last stream and this one is I got another camera mount for my top, you know, overhead camera, which should give a more direct overhead view, but it really shows how scuffed, like, my attempts at getting these things straight is. So that'll be real fun to use that to critique myself and try to align these. But right now I'm just trying to at least drop them all into place. We'll worry about alignment in a minute. Yeah, the stickiness, so Vader, I ran into the same thing with mine, that like they came apart a lot easier than I thought they would, but that weird machine oil or whatever it is stickiness on them is not pleasant. But I don't know if it really, you know, I don't think it actually causes any issues, and who knows, maybe it might help prevent spring crunch, so yeah, we'll see. He's not going to do that machine oil if he does another run? Okay. Well, that's good to know. Alright, it's almost there with the domes, and boom. Now we get to try to line them up a little better. Oh yeah, and before I get too far, let me see. I'm hoping the screws are in here. If not, then I know another box in the other room they might be in. Boom, look at me. I was so smart I even labeled them FC660c screws. Good job, Jason. Nice. Oh yeah. Alright, tight. So you just that raises a question, Tatari. You said if he does another run, is there question as to whether or not he's going to do another run? Because I was figuring that they were going to, like, you know, put these into production, but like, I don't know if they, you know. Do you know anything about how sales are going? Like, is it going to be something that they're going to make more of? Because I mean, I figure the upfront costs of building, you know, the molds, whatever else, you know, everything it took to do all this stuff, you know, probably can't be cheap. So it's like they want to recoup that. But I guess if they're not selling and hitting the numbers that they're wanting to, then, you know, maybe it's, you know, cut bait. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't really heard anything. I've not really been following, like, what the sales numbers are. I know a lot of people who put money into them, like some of whom maybe wish they hadn't, but yeah, I don't know what the actual, like, how that's going. Take a bit of time and some isopropyl to clean those up. Yeah, I mean, you could do that. Like, I feel like there's a lot of ways that you could clean them up. I mean, I've got an ultrasonic, like. Okay. So yeah, like there's ways that you can deal with it. Man, I was thinking something and I totally had a brain fart thinking of something else, and now I'm thinking of a third thing and lost that one too, so I apologize, guys. Just trying to clean up a few things before I figure out what I'm doing with springs here. Yeah, I mean, I don't feel like it's causing any like negative feels in my board. So I don't know. I'm not even bothering cleaning it. Like, I feel like they'll, you know, they work good enough as is. So I don't know if it's really necessarily worth the hassle. All right. You know, before I do that, I think I'm just going to take this, plop it on, make sure that that actually fits where I want it to. So line this end up. Oh man, yes it does. That fits perfect. Sweet. All right, cool. All right, well I'm happy that that I managed to cut enough of that dome and that that slider to fit, or the housing. So yeah, cool. Of course, I still knock everything around a little bit, but god dang it. Alright, fun part. Separating the springs. And we got one. There's one right off the bat. Beautiful. So that was one thing I noticed when I first, you know, I put that last one together, the S60, is that the springs sit a little bit higher, I feel like, than the plane of the, you know, the dome. But I don't know. I mean, I don't feel like you know, it doesn't really causes any problems. It's just something I noticed that didn't seem like it was an issue on the DES ones or others. But I was wondering if adding a silencing ring would increase that, and it doesn't really look like it is. But they still are sitting a little bit higher. Yeah, of all the things that they could have separated, they separated the parts that are easy to separate, and then threw the hardest part to separate in a freaking box. Now, that is a good point. Like, while you're separating shit, why don't you separate my freaking springs? Nah, it's alright. I mean, I don't know. At this point, I feel like this is just part of the Topre experience. If you're not separating springs, are you really even building an electrocapacitive keyboard? Just like part of the experience is jacking with freaking springs. Oh, come on. But yeah, some of them, like, I don't know, they're tenacious. Like, why are these... Okay, there we go. But then again, I think they're tenacious, then I hit the right angle and they just, like, pop right apart, so... I do feel like I've struggled less with these than I have with some of the other aftermarket springs as far as pulling them apart. Come on. The tedium of Topre builds is a barrier to entry. Yeah, I mean, I built a God, what the heck did I build? I built an MX board. I built a Rama. That's right. I built a Kara. A Wilba Kara, I guess, because it was the V1. Yeah, it was such an easy, chill build. And like with the hot swap and with, you know, it all went together so well that there really wasn't a lot of tedium to it. And I can't say that about Topre, especially this Topre experience where it's like you're installing individual domes, you're dealing with, I mean, there's a lot that goes into this. So yeah, I could see the tedium of Topre being a barrier to entry. It's not really as enthralling of a stream as as a quick, snappy, Gundam looking MX hot swap board could be. But whatever. I like the end result. It's worth the tedium to me. And really, all things considered, like, these springs are coming apart, like, fairly quickly. And I don't know, I mean, the tin says 120, but if they happen to throw a few extra springs in here, that'd be kind of nice. Fingers crossed I get more out of it than what it says. Oh. The strongest soldiers, the hardest battles. Man, yeah, well, you kind of, I don't know, with Topre you pick your own battles. Like, I didn't have to buy the Densus parts. There are plenty of good parts out there that I could have bought and used, but I wanted to take on this battle. I wanted to try this stuff out and, you know, see how it compared and jump through the hoops. And I mean, I've done it before with BKE, you know, both actual BKE and the, you know, the BKE Redux, you know, so I've dealt with 1U domes before. It's not the end of the world. Come on. So yeah, it's like this one, it's like they're coiled around each other. It's like one is going one way, one is going the other, and I can't quite pull them apart. Come on. Oh, almost. There we go. Did I do it? No? Yes? No? Yes? Almost. Damn. No. Thought I had it and they got all torqued funky. Gotta do the rotate. Oh! Sweet. Yeah, and getting these aligned means you're knocking everything else out of alignment. So it's just it's a whole mess of weird alignment shit. Alright, take it easy, Gordon Derp. Thanks for swinging by. A container with 1,000 springs. I missed that comment, but God, wouldn't that be nice? And then they would all get tangled, and then you would just have this like giant, like, you know, Topre singularity. I don't know, man. I've got another box around here with OEM springs in it, and I've probably got, and I feel like, you know, depending on what boards I'm tearing apart at a time, I've probably got a few hundred springs in it, and otherwise I would be fishing from that one, but I just figured I should give, you know, Densus, like if I'm trying the Densus parts, I'm trying the Densus parts, doing everything Densus today. Come on. Oh, there it goes. Alright. But yeah, really, like, for the mess the springs look like they come in, they've been coming apart fairly easily, so I'm not super mad at the Densus springs. And that board I put together the other day, like, they fired, you know, 60 for 60, so... Even though they're, you know, got that weird machine oil on them, they, you know, they work. Just shake them. So ATXBS, my name stands for Austin, Texas Bike Shit. It was an old website, blog, event calendar, etc. that I used to run here in Austin, Texas about, you know, bike shit, basically. There were like, you know, in the, mid 2000s, there were all these kind of like cycle groups, but there wasn't a lot of like cross communication between them, and so, you know, roadies would throw an event, but like the mountain bikers wouldn't hear about it, or the, you know, the fixed gear kids would do something, but no one else would know about it, or, you know, there were alley cats going on. There were all these events, and it's like I wanted to kind of like increase the, you know, cross community, you know, contact and involvement. And so I started this site and kept up with all the different groups and advertised their events, and, you know, really kind of helped blow up the local community. And, you know, the site did its thing for, you know, I think I ran it till like 2016 technically, but I had a couple hacks before then. It was like on a co-load server, and it got fucked up, and the backups that were supposed to be happening weren't properly happening. And so, you know, after a few weird hacks and issues, I eventually threw in the towel and by then people were kind of moving to Facebook for their events and all that shit anyways. But yeah, that's what the name JasonATXBS comes from, the old website that I ran. So I know in the keyboard world there's ATXKB, which is also Austin, Texas related. You know, that's Chandler, you know, Chan's thing, but this is not that. This is only a, you know, very similar acronym. Alright, so we are down to my last stack of springs, and it looks like man, there are so many springs in the stack, but probably not enough to finish this board, so I may have to go and hit one of my backup stashes. And I just... Yeah, right? I just keep pulling and they keep coming out. It's like a clown car of springs. Come on. I feel like there's like... I don't know what it is that's sticking in the top of this, but it is not letting me pull this bottom spring out. And I worry that if I keep tugging at it, I'm going to deform the spring. So I might be getting close to the end of this useful... Oh, there's another one. Sweet. Yeah, dude, the spring clown car continues to give. Okay, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, there's another one. How many more? There's at least 2 more in this stack. Oh man, come on. Hey, what's up, Night Go? How you doing? Yeah, we got the convocation of Jasons happening today. It's pretty great. Oh man, so close. Alright, I am 3 springs shy from the ones that I actually bought, which means they gave me 3 extra springs. That was so kind of them. So I'm just gonna steal these little guys and then just snag 3 from elsewhere. I know I've got some more springs. Oh, they're there. Alright, cool. So yeah, here's another box of springs. So this one's getting shiny gold springs over here. Man, I don't know about that. Don't know. I mean, I don't know all of the Jason 7 of 9 lore, but I'm sure you're a pretty solid Jason, all things considered. So yeah, don't sell yourself short. Though I appreciate the compliment. Alright. So now the fun part is just kind of, you know, tweaking these as best I can to line them up as straight as I can. Knowing that they are all 1U, and so every one I move will kind of bump and jostle into the ones around it. So try not to, you know, try to do as best I can without also not knocking too many out of alignment at the same time. And honestly, that doesn't look... Okay, I was about to say it doesn't look terrible, and then I saw one that looked terrible, so... Yeah. I feel like we're pretty close. Alright. So I think that's going to do it. Yeah, I'm hoping that the spacebar sounds sweet too. We'll see. I do have these, you know, silencing ringed and lubed, so the goal is for it not to suck. But I feel like that's usually the goal when I try to build a keyboard, and, you know, to mixed results. All right. Eek. Oh man, close, not quite. Oh, come on. Did I miss? I missed. Damn it. Alright, so this is going to be kind of tricky because I had to cut one of the housings to fit this LED and cut the dome. And it is like really close and fits just into it, but you got to be like right on or you miss it and then it just messes everything up. So I think the last time I did this, I started the alignment from this side and got this one lined up and it went from there. So let me see if I can, oh yes, that worked. All right, sweet. So yeah, it just dropped right into place. So perfect. Now time for das screws. So let me do the shorties first. Let me get a cup so I don't lose them. Alright. So silver screws are the short ones and they go in the circled holes. Alright. So I'm not really tightening any of these down yet. I'm just making sure that I have the right number of them because it was a while since I took this apart and just make sure I didn't lose anything. Come on. Okay. There we go. Alright. That's all of those. So I'm going to go ahead and tighten those down. And these just go to standoffs on the plate. So these don't go all the way through to the surface of the plate, but kind of give it a little press to get it to sit down flat as best as possible. And once these are in, we'll go ahead and do the ones that go all the way through to the plate. Uh-oh, what am I missing? Is there drama going on? Switches? People didn't fill out a form? Uh-oh. Someone in trouble? Alright. Yeah, now I'm thinking about where all these are placed and how this works. Maybe I should have done the black ones first and then done the silver. Honestly, I don't build as many Leopolds and such as I do HHKBs, and so messing with the multiple kinds of screws is not something I do often. But it feels like these are working, so I don't feel bad about this, but I was just thinking with like the number of them and kind of how spaced out they are. Maybe, yeah. You always go silver than black? Okay, so I don't feel bad then. I'm not alone. Thank you for reassuring me. Okay. Yeah, I was just kind of looking as like there's this whole row up top that don't really have any black ones, but then I guess there's this whole row on the bottom here, or that don't have any silver, but then there's this whole row that don't really have a lot of black. So, yeah, okay. No, I don't feel so bad now. And you do the same, Randy Ocean? Yeah. See, that's what I was thinking. I wanted to do those first for that very reasons, because I kind of wanted to like set the plate and then. All right, cool, cool. We're of one mind. I love this. Yeah, Topre, man. It's like transcends. Cool. Yeah, I painted the plate and I did cover the threads of those standoffs, but I didn't cover any of the, the holes in the plate. So as I screw this in, I mean, it's definitely like hitting paint. But I'm doing that, where you basically set the screw, rotate kind of anti-clockwise until you feel the thread drop into place, and then drive it home. And I feel like that'll keep it from marring or causing any issues and stuff, even with the plate being painted. So at least that's kind of how I envision it. But we are almost there on these. And then we got to figure out this stuff. So I've got the original controller. When I bought this board was hella scuffed. It had some problems. One of the problems that it had was that the I guess the mini USB connector on the controller was like loose. And I plugged it in a few times, and the last time I plugged it in, it snapped off. So I think instead of that, I'm going to be using this. I think this is this a DaveK? Yeah, the DaveK FC660c controller. So that will allow me to use USB-C, which, I haven't actually plugged this in and tried this, so I think I'm going to screw this in real quick before plugging in the cable and make sure that something connects to it, because, yeah, I hope I don't have to file this, being brass and all, but, if I do, then so be it. Okay, is that not the right screws? Okay, well, those don't work. So that makes me curious. What is the right screw for those? I guess maybe the same ones as the. Oh, okay. I know what those are for now. It all makes sense. All right. Okay, so the same ones as hold in the plate, hold in the controller, and those little shorty ones are for that little back plate into the back. All right, so that makes sense. So let me screw these down. Let me see if I can scoot that over a hair, because it doesn't look like it's quite lining up. Actually, that's not bad. Yeah, let me tighten these up. Oneness indeed. No, that's what we're here for. We're here for the topiary and the oneness. Alright, so that screws right in. I was just noticing there's still a little bit of the material that I used to kind of clean up the plate a little bit. So let's see if I can get some of that out. Yeah, that's that polishing compound. There's some more over here too. I guess I didn't do as good enough job cleaning as I thought I did. Get that out of there. Alright. Cool. So those little screws are for these guys, which I've got. You got two of them. Is this material on here? Or is this just the okay? Can't tell if there's like a clear. I feel like there's something on here, but maybe it's just the. No? Damn, I guess not. I thought there was like plastic covering it. Huh. Okay. Well, so you got two of these, one with a cutout, one without. Since I'm using an aftermarket board, I really don't need the one with the cutout, so we'll just install that guy there. What you do so is in the back plate, just pops on in, and then, yeah, screw it down. So that's nice. I like that little window. It's kind of cool, actually. Sorry if I'm doing shit off screen, guys, but yeah, it's pretty cool. There we go. Alright, so before I put the back on, I should probably at least plug it in and test it. So let's do that thing real quick. Alright, and yeah, like I was saying, the plug actually broke off entirely from this plate, so it's like somewhere in there rattling around right now. So it's good that I had this, because otherwise I'd have been a sad guy. Which way does this go? Am I messing up here? Does it go this way? Probably. Oh yeah, yeah, duh. Alright, cool. Alright, there we go. So alright, so there, you know, I feel like once it's put together and caps on it, we'll really get an idea for it. But they're definitely not as clacky as they were before. I'm going to take this moment as an opportunity to kind of paint that lewd back a little bit and make sure that it's exactly where on the wire we want it to be. And this is one of the things that is nice about having these like open topped housings, is you can actually kind of address the lube from the top. And in fact, if you're crafty with a with a paintbrush and a syringe, you can actually kind of re-lube and add a little bit of extra lube from the top without having to open up the board. So like that can be kind of nice sometimes when you're really not wanting to take everything apart just to like quiet something down, but you got an annoying slider. So yeah, so I mean, hear a little bit of spring in that one, but not terrible. And I do feel like those are, I mean, there's a little bit of a, yeah, they're not bad. Alright, let me, oops. Let me plug it in, make sure everything works real quick. And then I am just going to put the back on, start throwing some caps on, and do some sound tests. Oh, man. I probably should have, it looked like it was good, but I probably should have tested it before. Oh, no, there we go. That works. All right, cool. Just had to be intentional about it. All right. Is there tactile topre? So there is definitely more tactile domes than what you would get from stock. Deskies sells a lot of tactile or more tactile domes. And they have like their V1, V2, V3 domes. And so the V1 ones are probably the most tactile. And they have an open top and kind of like, more slanted sides than rounded sides to their dome. So they give a little bit more initial resistance, and then it's like a break. So the feel of those, you get a little bit more of a tactile break. The V2 ones close the top of their dome, so they're more like, like an OEM dome. And when I say open top, I mean, I'm talking about like, that part of the dome right there. So it's like the open top ones actually have an open circle right there. And then the sides of the dome, if you see how these are rounded, the ones of the V1 and V2 are more of a slant. And that's owing to a design called BKE, which is, came out of a Sony editing unit. But yeah, it's kind of like that. So the V3 is the rounder bump. The V3 is more like, like your OEM, or like, these guys would be, if you looked at these in the DES nomenclature, these would be more like V3. But yeah, that's more of like your OEM roundedness. So There are, and there's also there's BKE Redux if you want to go even more hectic. But those are strictly aftermarket because the guy who sold them kind of fell off the face of the earth, and you can't really buy them from the store anymore, even though the store is online. So, yeah. All right. So let me. Okay, so that's a Windows key, so that works. I realized I was just like typing on the keyboard as it was plugged in, not thinking about it. So let me bring up a typing test real quick. Let's see. This is fun. I'm trying to. Oh, a typing test might work better if I actually like had keycaps on the damn thing. But I at least just want to. How do I test keyboard? This is funny, trying to type without... Oh, I actually got a keyboard tester. There we go. Alright, so let's see if we work. Oh, nice. Look at that. That's cool. Look how that worked. Wait, what? Oh, it's because I hit Win key and so that took my focus off. Okay, that works. Oh wait, that's a function key, right? Oh yeah, there we go. There's my function keys. Okay, and there's my tilde. Sweet. All right. Sweet. So everything works. Hell yeah. All right. All right. So that's cool. So that all works. So now we're gonna throw some. Actually, yeah. Let me put the bottom on. Then we're gonna throw some caps on it. So, all right. Sweet. Glad that was fairly easy. So yeah, let's pop this bad boy on here. Pardon all the fingerprints. I've already touched it. This thing's just gonna get gnarly, I know. So I'm not bothering to clean it back up. Yeah, I love this window. I feel like, I mean, it looked like it had some kind of plastic coating on there, but I tried to scrape it off from the corner and just kind of chipped it a little bit. So I'm not going to try that anymore. Luckily, the chip doesn't show since it's under the brass. But yeah, I was hoping it would be a little bit clearer, but this is, it's still pretty cool. Maybe I'll polish it up or something later. Not right now. I mean, honestly, I'm probably never going to polish this board again because look at this. This is just me from like handling it, putting it together. So it is instantly going to be like tarnished and ugly. I mean, I shouldn't say ugly. It's going to be gorgeous. It's going to be awesome, but it will look, it's a live finish, I guess, let's say. Yeah, it really looks like a freaking like gold block. I mean, it's cool looking. Like when I saw it, and then when I had a chance to buy a B stock, which this ended up being a B stock because it had some kind of like water spots on it that I was easily able to clean up with some brass polish. But then it doesn't really matter because it's non-coated, so it's just gonna get my greasy fingerprints on it. But yeah, Ingot was an awesome name, cool design. I do wish they sold a little bit better right off the bat. I feel like there was some, they didn't quite hit the numbers they were expecting, but I think they did eventually sell all of them after they discounted a few, but I was really happy to get one. Alright. Pop these last 2 feet on here, and we'll turn it over and see about keycaps. Okay. Oof. Yeah, this is a freaking beast. This thing is so heavy. Like, I'm not even playing with this weight. Alright. Cool. So I was thinking of a couple different cap sets, but the one that I really wanted to check out with it is the Novel Keys Cherry Sand Caps. So I've actually, oh Jesus, yeah, that thing is heavy. You can't just like, oh fuck me, you can't just move this thing. Like, that board will not be moved. So I've got this old Tokyo 60 with these GMK sand, and I was wondering how that would look on it. I'm kind of curious. So I may, yeah, we'll see. I'm just gonna start pulling this off and putting them on. And I don't know. I've got, yeah, I don't know. I feel like, yeah, I don't know. That might not be it. Well, I was curious. If nothing else, I do want to try this real quick. So, yeah, let me, I do want to see how these sound. Come on, you bastard. Ah, come back. Yeah, right. Clicky. Okay. So it sounds like I'm still getting, yeah, sounds like your Norba touch. Right, right. Yeah, okay, well, I don't think I'm going to go with these caps anyways, but I just wanted to see how those sounded. Come on, you bastard, fit. Alright, now this is giving me hell. Why is this getting misaligned? Alright, well, these ain't the caps. I did want to look at it and see what they looked like, but yeah, not fully feeling it. I also wanted to see, and actually I need to walk into the other room to grab it, but I've got some GMK caps that I wanted to see if, like, with the silencing rings and lube, if it made it any better. But have any MX Domi key? I do not. Yeah, no, I don't have any MX Domi key, unfortunately. I mean, I've got MT3 on some other boards that I could pull off and throw on this one. Or I actually need to tear down one of my other FC660Cs anyway, so I may just swap the caps over from it to this one. Yeah, give me just a second. I'm gonna go grab it. I will be right back. Alright, so I don't remember if I had the right spacebar stabs on this, because this is one that I built up with JTK parts a while ago. I don't remember if it was before or after Desk came out. This might actually be an EC spacebar, but I'm not 100%. Nope, it's not. Alright, cool. So those were out by the time I rebuilt this. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and... That's not too bad. Yeah, same here. Like, I mean, they don't sound the best, but all things considered, they don't entirely suck. And I mean, honestly, you know, it's not that off. Alright, so I do wonder. So these are double shot, and they have pretty short ribs, so oh yeah. So there's definitely that collision. Alright, well, maybe I won't put that on here, because, you know, it's not so bad on that one. JTK and Densus housing, really? I haven't tried that. Okay. Yeah, man. So I wanted to try a lower profile keycap set, just like, you know, this kind of stuff, but I really just don't. See, yeah, that one collides too still. Just want to try all of the 2U. So does this one not? Okay. So that was not as bad, but yeah, that definitely collides. Arg! Well, the caps that I wanted to put on this are probably all going to have the same problem. So yeah, that's just a bummer of a sound. Like, why is it that the spacebar just sounds like the best cap on the board? Like, yeah, well, I'm not going to go too much farther with these keycaps just because I really don't want to deal with that. But I've got some work I want to do on this board. I want to re-lube the sliders now that I'm like better at it and know that the lube that I used in the sliders will destroy. You know, this is when I was still using super lube on the, you know, the stab wires and stuff. So I want to actually like clean this one up and redo the lubing with like 206 and all that kind of stuff. But I'll yeah, I'm gonna save that for another time. And yeah, you can see the, you know, old drilling and how big you know, back when I was not as good at centering things. So all right. Well, I think I'm probably going to hold off on putting caps on this for right now, just because the couple sets that I was thinking of using are all probably going to suffer from the same issue. Though, you know, man, I mean, honestly, these, you know, maybe the black speech ones would look interesting on this. I mean, with all the other gray and stuff, yeah, that might look kind of... no, Topre caps... They do need special caps if you're using OEM Topre, and I say special, but they're really OEM. So this is like, you know, this is a regular Topre board. And if you look at the caps, the mounting system is a bit different. So it's got this clip. So it's got these two kind of like half crescents that clip into, and sorry, this is a little dingy, but yeah, there's kind of a hole with like, I don't know. It's hard to show on here, but yeah, they just clip into place. So they don't use like the MX cruciform. So these boards with MX, these are aftermarket, you know, sliders. So these are sliders that are built to convert your, you know, standard OEM Topre board to MX. And so I do have a lot of boards with those. Like, you know, this is another one. That is an MX, you know, keycap set that I use the desk keys sliders, and, you know, I drilled like stock Topre do not come with these holes, so they like require you to actually drill your your 2U stabilizers and such to work with MX keycaps. So there's a little bit of a destructive modding involved, but yeah, now the stock caps are a little bit different and are not compatible with MX. So, but yeah, I'm probably gonna go ahead and in this one, I really don't have too much more that I want to do to this thing. I really wanted to kind of see how they sounded, but like, yeah, I couldn't live with that. I can't live with that. So yeah, okay, you're right. I shouldn't fully despair. I should complete the test. I'm gonna move all of the 2U keys and over and see if that. Yeah, you're right. Thank you for talking me down from the ledge. About to throw in the towel, and I was like, man, we could learn one more thing. You are completely right. All right, so let me get that out of the way. Wukasli, I do not typically lube my PCBs. That's one thing I've not really gotten too into. I've done 2 boards with lubed PCBs, and I didn't really feel like I gained much, and then having to take them apart and clean them later was not as much fun. So I usually skip that. All right. Oh, why does that sound so painful? It sounds so echoey and hollow. Yeah, I don't know about that one. That one sounds way worse than this one. Your Norbatouch? Okay, so is that just a fucking Novatouch thing? Because, like, I don't feel like any of the other boards that I've built, like my conversion boards, have sounded like that. But, man, that just hurts my heart. Alright, well, alright, so I'm gonna have to think of next steps, because yeah, this is 45 grams. So I used the 45 gram Densus parts. These are the newer, revised sliders, the old sliders for the 2U with the crownless. So I mean, it's all Densus springs with the exception of these 3 down here, which I had to use some gold springs just to, make up the difference. But yeah, it's all Densus parts. I did use the 0.3 Densus silicone rings, which, as we found out, are way firmer than the Desk Keys ones, and even firmer than the Buddy OG ones. So yeah, it's silenced, but the space test, no. So the space bar was actually my favorite part of it once again. So yeah, let me put a space bar on it again, because like compared to the rest of the keys, the space bar sounds really freaking good. I would recommend this space bar kit to anybody. Like, that's not bad. I mean, it's not like the most beautiful thing in the world, but like, it feels good. It was adjusted easily, but it's that. It's not even that. It's this. Like, why? Yeah, hella smack. So yeah, Densus are the ones by KLC. And I've built them in 2 boards now. I'm trying to think. I don't even remember where I put the other one. Give me just a second. Let me go grab the other one that I built on stream the other night. Because yeah, I'll do a little compare. Yeah, so that was GMK white on black, and then this is, you know, GMK black on white. So I was trying to do, you know, similar comparison. But yeah, it's the inter ribs are causing problems. So this is, here, let's see if I can get any closer with this. So this is the inter after it's been silenced and lubed, and as well as obviously a much heavier enclosure. So, you know, both plates are steel, same housing, same sliders, both GMK keycap sets. So this is, you know, this is the inter with silencing and lubing. So kind of rough. You know, here's the shift and spacebar. So this board, I did not silence or lube other than the stab wires. So, you know, this had got RO59, this did not. And so here's the inter. Here's the shift. And spacebar. So, you know, that's the build. Yeah, I'll have to poke around and see what other keycap sets I've got. I don't know, I'm kind of running out of steam on this. I was hoping to be a bit more pleased, and, you know, I don't know, just still not entirely sold on most of the Densus parts. Spacebar stab, you know, I got no complaints, but yeah, that's rough. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I should put caps on this just to like do a typing test, because I need to tear that other one apart anyways, but it's just, I don't know. It's going to hurt my feelings. Yeah, to the tune of $18, but you know, they're all expensive. So it's like I don't think you're saving money, you know, going with anyone else. All right, I'm going to go ahead and throw the caps on just to do a typing test, because I feel like I've gone this far into it, I might as well, right? God, I sound so excited about it. All right. And I do really need to tear this one apart anyways, so I'm going to have to pull these caps off before long. Just because. So, a DCS test. Yeah, so I really need to go through my caps and figure out what I have, and then like do the actual test where, you know, I put some white paint on the bottom of them and dab them, and, you know, see where it touches down and all that kind of stuff, because I don't know, it'd be nice to know what the actual contact points were. And in fact, I was watching Issy, one of the other keyboard streamers, and he was just using like a marker or something and like marking on the edge of his housings and then doing the keys and then like showing on the ribs where they were making contact. So the Echo SpongeBob keycap set for the Ingot. Okay, I'll have to look into that. Yeah, I need to find some keycap set for it, but I don't know what. I need something that suits this. Like, I was wondering about the sand, but I don't feel like it looks right. So, oh man, and I know this is one of those boards that was sitting on my table for a while that I had a cat that liked to lay on it. So I'm gonna find a lot of orange and white cat hair in it, I expect. DCS set is Alps. Oh yeah, I'll look and see what I have for keycap sets, and we'll see what I can do. But I don't know, my fire and excitement for the Densus parts has somewhat dwindled. I was hoping this would be like the redemption story arc, but I'm not feeling it still. Windbreaker? Yeah, Windbreaker is a cool looking set. Like, those are sharp. I'm very curious how horribly I'm going to suck on a typing test, because I make mistakes. I'm not the fastest typer, and I make mistakes. So, like, with the backspace key being in the wrong spot. That's going to be exciting. Sorry, I don't have to do this in complete silence since we're not quite on the typing test yet. So Nico, you're looking at an Alps 60 board. What is it? Because yeah, at my local meetups, people keep bringing Alps boards, and they keep being like one of the best feeling boards at the meetup. And I'm like, man, I really don't want to get into Alps, but nice ones feel really nice. Bullfrog 60. Okay, I'll have to look that up. Because, yeah, I'm already entertaining some MX ideas, but I don't know. Alps is a whole nother thing. Alright. So that's it built. Like, oh my god, yeah, seriously, these feet are like anti-skid, which combined with the weight means you have to like pick it up to even move it. And it's not easy to pick up, so that's kind of cool. Kind of hectic. Can I plug that in just directly? Alright, there we go. Alright. Oh. Yeah, and the other thing is, I need to get better at hitting the, hitting the right hole. Because I don't want to have to pick up this board every time I want to plug it in. Alright. So, let me do a, what's that, monkey type? Okay. Let's see. Alright, so we got monkey type. Yeah, just do a quote. Or I guess, what is it? Words? Is that what people usually do? How does words work? Is there a... Is that 50 words? Is that 25? How does this work? So, oh, time. That's what people do. 30. Okay, yeah, that'll work. Alright, so what do we do? Oh, yeah. Oh, jeez, I don't even know where my backspace is. Okay, let me try this again. Yeah, no, I'm gonna suck at this. I don't know, this just feels weird. God, yeah, okay, backspace is gonna kill me. Nope, can't do it. Yep. Oh man, I'm dying. Yeah. Oof. Oh my god. Yeah. I mean, I also type horribly. Like, for whatever reason, I hit the Y with this finger. Like, I know I'm not supposed to, but like, yeah, my typing form is bad, and on a board that's a weird layout, even though it's like not that different from HHKB, the backspace is weird. It just, I don't know. It throws me. All right, I'm gonna try one more just for the hell of it. How do I reset? Tab enter, okay. Yeah, this is weird. Nope, God, yeah, and yeah, okay. Fuck. God damn it. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm terrible at this, and I'm screwing up, and I think I'm gonna call it a stream. So, yeah, man, I don't know. I'm just not. All right, I really tried Densus, but it's just something about them. They're just not. Yeah, so I've got 2 boards built with them. Here's the first one. Here's the second one, and I don't know, very different boards. Let me get this crap out of the way. Densus 2U and OEM. Yeah, I you know. All right. Like I was saying, they're very different boards. I wanted to kind of give it the full experience, you know, hefty board. They both do have steel plates, so that's, you know, similarity there. Obviously, the Densus parts are the same, but... I mean... So, you know, I will say good things to say about them. They're straight. Spacebar doesn't suck. The domes feel decent. Like, as far as the feel of these, I like the feel. But I'm such a sound guy for keyboards. Like, I'm not, yeah. The sound just ain't it right now. So, alright. I feel like that's my final word on it for now. Obviously, there is no finality in anything, so, you know, I might buy another board, I might build another board, I might try the, you know, swap them into something else. I mean, I've even got some HHKBs, so who knows, maybe these are the perfect sliders for going into a drilled HHKB, but, yeah, not going to find out right now, because, yeah, these two, I'm just not feeling it. Alright. Well, hey, y'all, I'll catch you later. Shoot, let's see. I need to figure out... I always forget to raid people, so... Let me see if I can get to the creator dashboard, I think it is, and do the raid, or... How do I raid? Yeah. I always forget how to raid. / raid, right? Oh. Might help if I plugged in a keyboard. Who is on right now? Is anybody on? Wait, did I do that wrong? Did I screw that up? Damn it. How do I raid? Somebody help me out. I'm so bad at this. Alright. Is it from the video producer? No. I feel like there was a screen that I could do it from, and I don't... Okay. Alright, people who know what they're doing, help me. How do I raid somebody? Oh, thank you. Alright. Sweet. Thank you. Alright, well, hey guys, I appreciate y'all joining the stream. Thanks for watching me build a board, and until next time, let's do this thing.